You are listening to the VCast.
Welcome back to the VCast, brought to you every time I do this episode by me, Vic Cedeno, your host, your boy, your friend, your confidant. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm your confidant now after last week's depression episode. It's the depression. But we're here with a new one, and I'm wearing a more positive color. See that? I'm wearing this nice teal. For those of you that are just listening, I am wearing a nice teal shirt here that represents just how I feel inside. Nice and bright. Look, it actually matches these sneakers that are in the back. I had bought these all on the same day. I had these Nike Air Force Ones. I think they're Air Force Ones, maybe, or no, they're Flights. They're actually Nike Flights, old school, and they have this teal color on them, and they match this. And I bought them back when I was working as a chief administrative officer for a business development firm out in Clifton, New Jersey. We were not ripping people off, all right? We were not ripping people off. It's not what we were doing there. We were providing opportunity for those that were probably not in the position to accept this opportunity. That's what it was, okay? Everything was legit and above board. Even though those people went and got arrested and were charged in federal court and things like that, it was a very interesting time. Anyway, I had access to the corporate card, and we just shop. We would just shop because that was necessary as part of business expenses. I don't know. I had an expense account. All right, that's what it was. I had an expense account, and I bought those sneakers back there, white, black, gray, and little hints of this teal that matches this shirt. So I ended up buying this shirt to match those sneakers. And those other sneakers that are right next to it was around the same time frame. I have not bought new sneakers ever since then. All right, that's what I deserved for working in such an establishment. Oh my God, I did not expect to get into that fucking part of my life. No, we're talking about modern day society. We're talking about this fucking disaster situation that we're in with all these fucking lockdowns. Now they're closing more. I don't even know. I don't know. Nothing makes sense. Who knows anything? Anybody that's talking like they actually know at this point is just lying to themselves more than anybody. Not just everybody else. They're just lying to themselves. That's how I feel like. Nobody knows anything. All right. Everybody, like, now you just can't trust anybody. Anybody. You can't trust the conspiracy theorists. You can't trust the mainstream media. You can't trust alt media. You can't trust, I don't know who you can trust. Me. That's who you can trust. All right. I know everything. We're fine. We're going to be fine. There's nothing going on. There's no hostile takeover. There's no complete separation. I think there's absolutely nothing to look at. The wealth disparity. This disparity. Is that? I don't even know if that's legit to make sense, but there's just a difference between how the wealthy people, rich people, the elite people are treated versus how other people are, like just the regular people. Not even poor, just regular people. I mean, I wouldn't consider myself poor, but I'm not rich. I don't even think I'm middle class. I'm like low middle class. I'm fucking peasant. I'm a peasant. I'm a debt slave. That's what I am. Just like everybody else in this fucking world. Everything you own, everything. Like, just everybody owes somebody something. There's nobody that doesn't know. right? There's nobody that doesn't know. You think you own your home? No. You owe the bank or you owe taxes. You think you owe your car? All right, maybe you own your car. You paid it off after a long time. Me, I don't. I just lease my car, so I'm always owing. So my car's never mine. My home's mortgaged. It's just a loan, borrowed, right? I don't know. I mean, just everything in society is borrowed. The whole government is borrowed. Like everything is borrowed with trillions of dollars in debt. Nothing makes sense. I'm tired of just making sense of things. Nothing makes sense, and if you try to make sense of anything, you're a fucking enemy of the state, and that's it. And they'll fucking kick you off Facebook. All right, just like they kicked me off Facebook. I don't know if I talked about that last week, or maybe. Well, no. I was on Facebook at the time of this, at the last podcast, because that was a month ago. But now, as of this podcast, they kicked Victor Cedeno off of Facebook. Now Manuel Cedeno's on Facebook. Manuel Cedeno believes what the government is saying. All right, this guy's tired of asking questions. There's no point. There's no point in asking questions. You're an enemy of the state. You're an enemy of the people. You're an enemy of the elderly. You're an enemy of civilized communities. Like, nothing makes sense. And if you try to make sense of anything, you're an enemy. So I digress. That's fine. So then I'm just going to sit here and sell my sneakers on eBay and ignore everybody. I'm going to take pictures of them and not post them on eBay is primarily what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to take the money that I get from that, and I'm going to buy more things that I don't need. Right? This was actually a gift, a Christmas gift. Somebody knows. When people give you a Christmas gift that says this, all right? No lie. I'm not going to say who it was from. Possibly a work associate. Possibly a Christmas gift from work. Possibly. Feel better. Your life's in shambles. Feel better. Everything's going to shit. Feel better. We know you're struggling holding on to reality and everything around you. Feel better. You'll be fine. Just keep coming to work. Keep bumping out them hours. You'll be fine. Feel better. Feel better. It's a very thoughtful gift. Very thoughtful gift. I like it. No, I did. It came in a pretty dope box. I did a TikTok unboxing. Follow me on TikTok. Vic is funny. At least on TikTok, I'm respected enough to have Vic is funny. Vic, right, spelled regularly. I-S funny. Okay. On Instagram, I can't do it because some fucking uncivilized beast of a fucking woman has it and hasn't used this since 2016. Like, who cares about you anymore at this point? You're probably unvaccinated. You're unvaccinated and you have Vic is funny and you're not funny. Feel better. Feel better. This was a great, because it came in a little box. It had a little gift card too for Starbucks. I think that's around here somewhere. I got to load that into my phone so I can get jacked up. I'm going to go to Starbucks. I'm going to get jacked up on like a Tripio. Just espresso and ice. 3 shots. And I'm just going to hit that. Come back here and then pump out emails and just work and provide service to people. This is where I work right here. Look, I got my little daughter's drawing of me. This is what she thinks I look like. I'm pretty slim in this picture, all right? I got big legs, big feet. Proportions are pretty good. Hands, all right? Shit, don't fuck around with these hands. My eyes are pretty, they're pretty white. The beard, she's got the beard going. My eyes are nice and surprised. I'm just surprised. I'm surprised at her for the things that she does and the things that she gets into. Bam! Found it. Here it is. Look at that. See? It was a nice gift. Feel better. Get jacked up and get back to work. I love it. It was a great gift. It's always the thought that counts. It really is. Me, I am the Grinch of Christmas. We had a rule in my family growing up for Christmas that after 18, you don't get gifts anymore. After 18, Santa isn't real. Get over it. All right? You want to pretend? You can pretend and pretend with the kids. Don't fucking come over to me with the ho, ho, ho shit. Bring fucking coquito and let's party. Yes. Gifts? No. Maybe a grab bag. Grab bags are nice. But yeah, gifts over 18. Not only are they not acceptable, but they're also frowned upon. All right. So if you give somebody a gift, it's insulting. You've insulted someone for giving them a gift because now they feel like shit because they didn't get you anything, because the rule is we don't get adults gifts. But here you come with your little fucking Seinfeld DVD set that you want to give me that I'm never going to watch, and I'm just going to leave sitting there in my little TV entertainment center taunting you. They're just going to taunt you every time you come over, because there's going to be like 3 times that you're going to come over. You're going to see them. You're going to be like, hey, have you watched those Seinfeld DVDs yet? And you're going to be like, no, they're still in the plastic. They're still in the plastic right down there. Have not opened them yet. Second time, hey, have you watched those Seinfeld DVDs yet? Hey, that plastic is still on there. They have not been opened yet. Hey, have you watched the Seinfeld DVD yet? Hey, no, I have not watched the Seinfeld DVD yet. That's pretty much how it went. I gave my brother a Seinfeld DVD set for Christmas. Or maybe it was his birthday. Maybe that whole rant was for nothing because it wasn't even a real... what are you going to do? Alas, Christmas, bah humbug. So now I have the kid. And I'm home alone, by the way. This is why I'm feeling frisky. I am feeling frisky. Wife's at the gym doing her thing. The kid is at my mother-in-law's hanging out over there. And I'm here by myself doing laundry, washing dishes. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sit down and fucking talk shit about things, because what else is going on? What else is going on in everybody's life? Nothing. I got kicked off of Facebook. That's what's going on in my life. Memories, a whole decade of memories, at least 12 years of photos gone. That's the only thing I care about. And I had a pretty good platform on Facebook. I really liked the Facebook I had. I mean, the bright side is I get to start a whole new beginning with Manuel, and Manuel's going to have a whole new fan base. But Victor had developed a few thousand people, and it was just, I got more exposure with my pages, but I didn't start no new pages, so how fucking dedicated am I to that? But it was just a weird series of events that happened. Let me break this down for the people that don't know what's happening. I keep talking about this because I've been talking at this at like open mics and other podcasts, and I haven't talked about it. I was also looking for some chapstick, which I don't have any. Wonderful. So, all right. So Facebook, I don't know what happened. They don't tell you why they kick you off. They don't tell you why they don't tell me. I've never been suspended on Facebook. I've never had any warnings. I've never, had done anything wrong on Facebook. And I got kicked off. I just tried to sign in, and it just told me that you're no longer eligible for Facebook, and this decision is final. You can't appeal. Don't email us. Read the terms of service. You should know what happened. That's pretty much in the gist of what they told me. And I was like, fine. So I was just off of Facebook. But I didn't know what I said. Like, there was only 2 things that I could have said that like around the time that this happened, and it was me making fun of the death of former New York City Mayor Dinkins, David Dinkins. I just thought he could have died 20 years earlier. He was a horrible mayor. It was just it. I'm just making fun of fucking whatever. I'm testing shit out. Who gives a fuck, really? And then there was the other thing I could have said was that the COVID regulation should be enforced by special police that wear armbands and hit people with clubs. This is comedy. This is not me, really calling for that. But whatever. You really can't tell the difference. I am fucking half dumb. But a warning, nothing. I didn't, nobody said, I don't know, whatever. Those are the only two things I think I could have said. And then I was kicked off of that. But not only was I kicked off of Facebook, but I lost my other pages. Vic is Funny, which was my comedy page on Facebook that was connected to my Instagram. Vic is Funny with the IZ. And then my VCast page for this podcast on Facebook that was connected to the VCast podcast page on Instagram. And that page was disabled. My Instagram, the VCast page, was disabled somehow. So I don't know if it was something that I said. That's another thing. I couldn't appeal that at all either. That just got... So I don't know if it was something I posted, was something I said on another earlier podcast that I don't really post that many podcast videos. I should. I have plenty of content that I could just go back and, put. I could probably do, maybe I should do a highlight of 2020. Anyway, but it's just the way that they do that, especially when you invest so much data, you provide them with so much data that they make billions off of. It's not like they're making billions off of, they made a website and then that website operates and makes revenue off of and continues to grow based on the data provided by the people that use it. So it's a mutually beneficial relationship. So I understand the businesses being able to do whatever they want, but that's just a complaint. That's, shitty. It's just a shitty thing to do to someone that didn't do anything to anyone. Did I really do something bad to someone that, was I inciting violence? The shit that I talk, you know what I mean? It's just nonsense. And, whatever. I think, I think maybe it does have something to do with the views that people have. I'm not saying that my voice is so big that it's, that I caused a reaction from Facebook, but people are involved in this process and people have their own biases. And I could probably gamble to say that most of everybody that's involved in doing fact checking and doing reviews of accounts and doing, this process, I guarantee you over 85% of them, that's a pretty rough, that's a pretty aggressive guess. Over 85% of them are liberal minded. Right? I mean, am I saying something radical? I'm not saying that that's wrong either. I'm just saying that that's the culture that I believe is rewarded in those environments, because I believe from the things I hear in other podcasts from people that work in academia and the people that have been in academia and just the videos you see and people that I talk to that have been in college, that it's more liberal based than conservative. There's conservative groups, but those groups are minorities and they're not given the same platforms. I feel like maybe that's wrong. I'm trying to explore this thought. I just feel like those voices are more likely to be silenced and be especially in this time now with fucking game show host, right, as everybody calls him, as the president, the reality show TV fucking star. That's what I always called him. He's a reality TV star, and he's the fucking president of the United States, and everybody's pissed, and I feel like they go after this group that represents his base, or views that are similar to his base, or views that are in line with the base, or views that are contrary to yours, which then makes the views of the other one, I guess, more important, right? That's some sort of correlation, that if I disagree with a liberal point of view, that automatically strengthens the conservative point of view, when you're actually in the argument trying to disagree with both. Like, the whole fucking system is fucking crazy. So I feel like that it's very easy for somebody in a position of that power to come across someone's profile and see that anyone has any kind of voice. It doesn't have to be that someone's big, or just someone, hey, this person has a little fucking community and he's talking this and he's spreading this within this can grow. Like, it's just very easy for someone to fucking lump you in. Like, that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's just very easy to someone lump you in without knowing the context. I feel like we're in that type of environment now in our culture, in our society, where people just lump you in with a group, and they're doing it based on the fact that they don't want that to happen to certain groups. Which it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen to any groups. No group should be marginalized. Nobody should be marginalized. But nobody completely fits into any group. So that's why the biggest minority is the individual. But I'm getting off track of what I'm fucking talking about. It's just this Facebook ban. So I just feel like it's very easy for somebody to have just stamped me like that and put me but I don't know where it came from. So that's all. And then my WhatsApp got disabled. I don't even use that. And I updated all my apps. I go into WhatsApp because every once in a while I open it and my uncle sends me some fucking weird fucking, I don't know, Spanish men always send texts. Like, if you have friends with any Spanish men, they always send texts with like dicks in them or some gay shit. I don't know why. They're just obsessed with it. And my uncle always sends me some fucking shit where it's like the Statue of Liberty, and then you click the picture and you open it, but then the Statue of Liberty has this fucking big black dick. But he always sends me these messages on WhatsApp. He's the only person that communicates with me on that app. So when I open it and I see it just says your number has been banned from WhatsApp, and I'm just like, all right. WhatsApp is also owned by Facebook. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't have a platform. I feel like I'm not. Maybe that's why it's easy to go after people without platforms. Maybe they picked me. Maybe they thought I was growing. Maybe I should look at my numbers again and see what's going on. All right, let's do that. I'm going to look at my numbers. Analytics. Let's see what they saw. All right. Let's see what they saw. Oh, I'm down. Subscribers, 17% on my podcast. All right. So I'm trending downwards. Was it the ban on Facebook? Is this why? Is that correlates? Let's look at when this thing started going down. Yeah, in December, right around the ban from my Facebook. They're attacking my podcast. That's what happened. It's my podcast that was attacked by Facebook. I've actually figured it out. Now we're on to something. I posted something on my Instagram that got my Facebook deleted and my Instagram deleted and my WhatsApp deleted. They were connected. They just went around and did a swooping, but why did they spare Vic is Funny on Instagram? Why not take me out? Why did you leave me standing? Just to know, just so I can tell people that that's what happened to me. That's why they did that. They left me on Instagram just so I can tell this story of how Facebook tried to take me out. Carl, the fucking fact checker at Facebook, tried to take me out. So this is where we're at. It only took me 25 minutes to get there, ladies and gentlemen. 25 minutes into this wonderful, delightful event. And we figured it out. This deserves some Christmas lights, courtesy of Go V. All right, Go V. That's me. Go V. These Go V lights. All right, I control these with my little app on my phone. You can see it maybe a little bit. Focus. Go view my devices. And you can see the little fucking Christmas thing, but you can't see the little dashboard. So I control these lights with the touch of my phone. But let's not get them blinking because I feel like that's kind of distracting. All right, so we're going to go in here and we're just going to change it to the color. Boom. All right, now this thing's lit up. For those of you that are just listening, I moved out of the way so that people can see behind me. I have a pool cue rack holder, standing pool cue. You think I would know, working in pool tables for over 20 years, that I would know the name of this. But that goes to show you that I didn't do that much work in those 20 years. These lights, just showing these lights. These lights come with like a 3M tape. I'm not sponsored by GoV. I'm just sharing with you what I have here in my little fucking basement of love. You can see my Bluetooth headset, my Plantronics. This is another device that I purchased while CAO of an unnamed company. You can check me out on LinkedIn. You can probably find that one there. Oh man, that fucking reminds me. When I worked there, I had a falling out with my best friend that was the owner of the company. So he started the company after we left another company. We actually went for my wife's birthday yesterday to the tree, and we passed the Empire State Building. I told my daughter that I used to work on the 60th floor of the Empire State Building. It's true, but it's not, something I'm proud of what I was doing up there, working in this weird industry. And when we got laid off of there because they got raided by the FTC and the what was the other people that raided them? I think it was the IRS. The IRS and the FTC arrested them and shut them down. So we got laid off. So they started their own company, and they were like, we're going to do this different. We're not going to rip people off. We're just going to, we're not going to sell them like crazy. We're going to give them good services so that they have a really good opportunity to make it happen. So that sounded great. And I knew it was bullshit, but I thought it was a good opportunity for me to not be on the sales side, to be more in the background and help the organization. That's why I was the chief administrative officer, because I was going to make the administrative work. They got the office. Once they had the office, I got the furniture. I designed, where everybody sat. I, worked with, the tech guys that ran all the wires. I paid them. I wrote checks, from the bank account just to get all of the vendors paid. I dealt with the electrician. We were making renovations in a fucking building that we didn't own. We were just renting, but we had immediately so much money coming in that we wanted to get more people in. We wanted to make it look legit. We were going to have people come and do these meetings. I got this fucking whole glass conference room. We had all these offices done. It was fucking insane, right? Spent so much money, and everything went downhill. The kid that I was working with there was doing drugs, and not that I don't fucking do drugs, but he was hooked on some fucking hard drugs, and he was on just doing bad shit, and everything went downhill. They were doing fucked up shit with the money. We weren't meeting payroll. And we were owing money in taxes anyway. And I had I had a merchant account involved in there, and which we had set up, and we told that that was just like an emergency thing that we were doing, and it was supposed to be like a backup account, and ended up being used primarily. And when we had said that I would get money, they have a reserve in there. Anyway, this is just too much information. Anyway, we parted ways, and my name was tied to things, and I wasn't involved in any of the shit that they were doing. So I needed to get out of that. And my friend that I went to high school with, Adrian Bermudez Esquire, he had become an attorney. He was a lawyer. And I was on Facebook as Victor Cedeno when I got kicked off, and we were friends on Facebook, and I hit him up asking him questions. Hey, do you know, like, an attorney? You're a lawyer. Like, I have this situation that I'm in. Like, I just wanted him to point me in a direction. I just wanted him to give me some advice or something. I didn't expect anything from him. I didn't ask him for anything except just, like a question. And he volunteered his services, and he was like, hey, I'll handle this for you, don't worry about it, and he got me through it. He got me out of all of the, he worked to get me my name off of everything, and also get them to send me a letter that said I was just an employee there, like I wasn't involved in any of the fucking shit that was going on. And I ended up getting very saved from that, because those people did go to jail, and they did get in trouble for that shit that was going on there. And I was very grateful for that. So that my friend died. That guy died recently. He died the week before Thanksgiving. And I was really sad to hear about that. I didn't, he helped me with that, and I told him I owe you, a beer or something, and I got, let's get dinner or something. And we said, yeah, that was back in 2012, 2013. And we've been saying that we were going to get a beer since then. We would still talk. He was going to help me get my my record expunged, and I never took him up on that, because like everything, I hesitate, and then I just abandon it. I have a fucking problem doing that. And I commit to things and then don't follow through. I'm terrible. Anyway, let's not devolve from talking about my boy Adrian. I was just really sad to hear that he passed. I don't know why he passed. He passed suddenly. He was a hardcore Republican, Trump lover, Cuban, whose family came like from Cuba, so he was super anti-communist, and very conservative. There's so many conservative Cubans, and that's why they're conservative, because of they escaped communism. So I'm just sad. So that's why I just wanted to say that about my boy Adrian. A very funny kid. Very always dressed nice. Like he was a kid in like he was a Republican in high school. That's what I'm talking about, with the sweater, with the fucking tie underneath, in high school, getting straight A's, like knew all this stuff. Like he was like that forever, but he was always funny. We used to talk a lot of shit in high school, and I probably wasn't always the nicest kid in high school, especially to people that were doing what they were supposed to be doing, because I hated them, because I hated myself for not being like them. And he was somebody that was like that. He was somebody that I didn't really like in high school as much as I should have. I didn't appreciate him as much as I should have in high school, because I was too busy hating him, because I hated who I wasn't, because I wasn't like that, because I wasn't dedicated to anything. I couldn't fucking commit to anything. The same like I am now. I couldn't follow through with anything. I can't commit to this podcast and doing it every week. I don't commit to even comedy. Like, I just don't commit to anything. I don't know why. It's just, whatever. It's fucking frustrating, but my boy Adrian Bermudez, man. I never thought about that. All the stuff I just said, I'm thinking about right now. It just came out of my head now, and I don't know. I'm happy I turned on this fucking mic, got this fucking podcast out of the way. I've been fucking doing stuff around the house. Check out the Dojo of Comedy. If you don't know, you should know. Putting the foo back in funny. The Dojo of Comedy, Tiff's Bar and Grill down in Morris Plains, man. That's really become my home for comedy. I know last week's episode was down in the dumps, but that's just shit that I was thinking of. I'm not predicting that I'm gonna have a hand in my death next year, but I just feel like that would be my number. You know what I mean? And if I make it through next year, then whatever. We'll just keep trucking every single day. That's the fucking moral of the story. Every single day you get up and you just keep fucking trucking, because all types of shit happen. All types of shit happens every day. You know what that means. Biggie. All types of shit happens every day. And you just have to keep getting through it. And every day that you get through it, you just figure out a way to get through it another day, and then another day after that, and another day. And just good things happen. You take the good, you enjoy them, and then you prepare for the bad, because then the bad's going to come. And what's going to get you through it? Are drugs going to get you through it? Does alcohol get you through it? Does exercise get you through it? Does eating get you through it? What gets you through it? And how can you improve on that? How can I improve on that? What gets me through it is not the healthiest things that get me through it. All right. Getting down on drugs and alcohol is not the way to fucking deal with things. It's not the way to deal with things. Exercise and, eating right and being positive and talking about it and all those things are the way to do it. But I struggle with that so much. I do. I have a fucking kettlebell over here in the corner. That I don't use. What's underneath there? Well, that's a ball. That's one of my daughter's balls. Those are things that, taking walks, exercising, jogging, like all those things are so helpful. And I just keep falling into these holes, and I just like to bury myself under. It's like putting myself under a blanket of depression. And I like to I like being there. I don't know why. But we'll just keep making these podcasts. How about that? We're just going to keep making these fucking podcasts. I got to get back on it. Guests are returning. I have another fucking mic right here. We're going to set something up here with cameras. I have phones. I have shit that we can make this happen. We got to get it back and popping. The VCast. I was thinking about coming up with another show called Let Me Be Honest, because let me be honest, I'm not being honest. I can't really be honest about a lot of things. So let me talk about not being able to be honest about these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be honest about not being honest and try to be, you know what I mean? Like, I'm fearful. I'm fearful about being honest with a lot of things. I feel like I could lose my job. I feel like I could lose my fucking family. I feel like I could lose my friends. You know what I mean? Like, there's just so much fear around being honest with certain things and things that you've been through and things that you've done and things that you've seen and things that you do and things that you think, that maybe being honest about not being honest is the way to start. So let me be honest. Maybe that's the start of something. So maybe we'll roll that into the Free Thinker TV family. That's over, everything at the dojo, coming out the Dojo of Comedy. Tonight I got a show, Riff on the Roof in Jersey City at the Space Museum, the Jersey City Space Museum. I think that's what it's called. I fucking hope the Deep Space Museum. Maybe that's what it's called, Deep Space. It's a dope little spot. They have a lot of art. They support live comedy. They're doing a show on the roof, socially distanced. Tickets sold in advance. Mind your business. This never happened. There is no show at Riff on the Roof tonight. It's not BYOB. You can't smoke blunts on stage there. You can't do anything there. That place is not even open. They're fucking closed because they respect the old people. All right. Dojo Dojo, don't give a fuck. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, everybody's trying to be safe, as fucking safe as possible, but life has to move on. That's that. All right, unless you want to wait to get pricked by a fucking vaccine, and then you still have to fucking wear a mask and socially distance, and you're gonna need booster shots and all that good shit. So I don't know, just everybody mind your fucking business and take care of yourself. All right, how about that? Take care, everybody. I love you. Mwah. Dojo of Comedy, tiffscomedy.com, the Dojo of Comedy on Instagram, VicIsFunny.com, spelled regular. VicIsFunny.com is where you can find all the good shit at. Live events, all that shit, podcast, links, pictures of me when I was gay. You can find a whole bunch of stuff there. That also has links to my social media, which I think I need to update now that I'm fucking banned. All right. Love you. Bye.